Yeah, how's it going, guys? How do I even do it? I do this while closing my eyes. How's it going, guys? And welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. We're on the rooftop after hearing that Emi and the track team captain had nothing to do with each other. No kind of relationship. Which makes Hisao be happy about it. Return. The rooftop is completely deserted. Normally I would count on Rin to be up here before me, but she's strangely absent. I wonder if she decided to accompany Emi to the cafeteria for once. That seems pretty unlikely, but it's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a far larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. I pick idly on my lunch while I wait for Emi and Rin to show up. It does not take long for me to hear the sounds of someone coming up the stairs. I wait until the door begins to open before talking. Took you long enough. Keeping me waiting for you, honestly. The two of you are... Huh? Well, that's odd. The only person standing at the door was Emi, who seems mildly confused. What do you mean? Huh? It's me, you know. Emi. You run in the mornings. She grins and I feel my heart jump slightly in the chest of the side. Yes, I knew that. I'm just confused. Where's Rin? Emi's grin is replaced by a rather guilty-looking expression. Yeah, about that. I kind of, sort of, gave her my gold. Oh dear. Am I at risk too? It would make sense after all. Emi and I were in close contact the other day. So what did she and Rin do to get her ill? Steady on, old lad. Steady on, old lad. Don't go down that road. Rin's just probably got a worse immune system than me. Emi seemed shocked by my comment, like she hadn't considered that before. I hope not! I'd feel terrible if you get ill because of me, so. Oh man, I think I feel a fever coming on. Emi looks horrified and then quickly shifts onto a more angry expression. Hisao, you stop getting sick this distant. I won't have it. Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar. Are you listening to me? Hisao's immune system? Get your ass in gear. I give her a smart salute. Duly noted, ma'am. Emi steps back and nods satisfied. Good. You're not allowed to miss any of our morning runs after all, but you missed our morning run. Emi crossed her arms, look at me hotly. Yes, but that's a special case. It was me, and not you. And that's not an explanation at all. Emi looks flabbergasted. You're kidding, right? That explanation makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. It's a blatant double standard. I don't see what it has to do with anything. Oh, fine. Emi seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin going to be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Emi shakes her head. Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some cold medicine that should help her. Although I probably should have made sure she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know. Somehow I don't find this all that surprising. I don't really want to pay attention to maximum dosages and such. You should probably check on her later. Then, just to make sure. Emi shrugs. I'll stop after practice. She'll be fine until then. I nod, figuring that line of conversation is over. The only problem is, I don't know what else to talk about. So, you got any more track meets coming up? This is a terrible roundabout of way of trying to see if she's free on the weekend. If she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Well, assuming I can get myself to actually form the words. Emi shakes her head. Nah, not for another couple of weeks. I think the reason's winding down. Did I read that right? Seasons! Oh yeah, I came in the right middle of things, didn't I? Does that mean exams are coming up soon? I should probably look into that. What do you do on weekends if there's not a meet? Her eyebrow goes up and Emi gets a teasing look on her face. You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you? I shrug and hope it looks casual. He's making conversation. I don't know what it's like to be a track star and all, after all. Pfft, flattery. She waves her hand idly. I'm not actually that good, you know. You just so happen to see me on a good day is all. You liar. Yeah, but humility is the sign of a good athlete. At least that's what my dad used to say. Oh, okay. She shrugs and tries unsuccessfully to hide the rather troubled expression her face has taken on. Hey, what's up? You seem bothered by something. Amy starts to deny it and sighs in defeat. I wonder if she's too tired from being sick to get herself to deny it like usual. Or if she actually just trusts me enough at this point to open up. Well, do you remember last night? Do I ever? I settled for nothing, however. That's not the first time that's happened to me. Actually, I get them kind of... She pauses as it suddenly occurred to her what she's doing. It's almost like she's breaking some sort of personal rule here. But she starts up again, choosing her words carefully. Well, not often, but on occasion. It's just been one of those weeks where that's what happens. A sigh escapes her and she looks terribly frustrated. I reach over her and give her a hug, which unlike last time doesn't seem to shock her. Instead, she seems to relax in my arms wrap around her. We stayed that for a while. Hey, you know, I was serious for last night. You really can't talk to me if stuff like this is bothering you. It's always difficult to do this sort of thing solo, you know? Amy laughs. Not laughs. Amy smiles and breaks the embrace, but stays leaning on my shoulder. Thanks, Isao. I'll be fine, I think. I can already see her reassembling herself, getting ready to bottle it all up again. Guess that topic's closed now. So hey, give me any more thought to that career survey? Can't say I have. I don't tend to plan very far ahead, you know. Although I suppose I could at least start looking into college, huh? I suppose, unless you were serious about the pirate thing. Last I checked, pirates didn't have much need for universities. Unless there's like a pirate university out there somewhere. Amy giggles and starts to look a little like her old self, but there's a new element to her expression. Impish, that's how I'd describe it. Amy looks impish, looking up at me over her head nestled into my shoulder. Would you come with me if I ran off to be a pirate? Of course I would. Who in their right mind would pass up the opportunity to be pirates with you? Well, when you put it that way, I'm not sure. She giggles again. I notice that my heart seems to have sped up. It's probably due to Emmy's proximity to me. The hint of strawberries again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again. Hey, Hisao. If you're going to kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bell is about to ring. My thought grinds to this hot and hot. Oh, she got you figured out. Oh, she's teasing you. I'm pretty sure my mouth is hanging open in shock. All I can imagine is a strangled, huh? This amuses Amy even more. You were thinking about it, weren't you? Actually, he wasn't. She sits up, bringing her face level with mine. I'd probably enjoy it, you know. You're really... Well, she briefly composes herself, looking like she's about to say something important. What is this, a confession? If you hadn't figured it out by now, I think I've developed a bit of a crush on you. You're going to have to do something about that. Well, she's rather frank about it. She's rather straightforward about it. Well, I guess that's kind of Amy-ish for her to be. So it's kind of a half confession here, I think. Well, building up a crush, darn you. At some point I turned toward her, and at another point her arms moved to around my neck, and yet another, my arms wrapped around her waist. I'll be damned if I could tell precisely when that happened, because at that moment there's only a voice in the back of my head yelling to me. I look into Amy's eyes. There it is. The thing I saw yesterday on the bed. It's there again. It suddenly strikes me with the voice. She's worried that I'll reject her. What a silly worry for her to have. Oh, there it is! Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leans into her kiss and her arms tighten around her back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. I'm sorry, I can't be serious about it. Everything there's something romantic in games, and I just make fun of it or something, or just laugh it off or anything. Not that there's any danger of that. There's a churning feeling in my gut. The world falls away. There's just me and her and this bench. My arms tighten, drawing her waist closer, entranced by the feel of her. I inhale her scent, my mind trying desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, how she feels. I didn't think it would happen so soon. I thought there would be some more things to happen before we would get to a kiss scene. The ring of the bell snaps us both back into reality and we break the kiss. My cheeks are slightly flushed and she seems to be catching her breath. In her defense, so am I. We stand there for a few moments trying to wrap our heads around what's just done. Amy is the first to break the silence. So, wanna grab dinner after I'm done with practice? What a coincidence. I was about to ask you the same thing. Well, actually, I suppose it was going to be some kind of proper date on the weekend or something. But the thought was there, I think. Amy gives me a playful shove. Yeah, right! You are still in shock of how incredibly awesome I am at kissing. We begin to head down the stairs back to our respective classrooms. Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately afterwards either. That I didn't. See, you have to practice this out. She leans in quickly and gives me a quick kiss in the middle of the hallway, sending me into another brief state of mental freefall. As I head into the classroom, a giggling Misha greets me. Why, Chan, you romantic you! Did you confess to her on the rooftop? Did you? Actually, I think it's the other way around. This sends Misha into a fresh fit of laughter. Young love is so unpredictable, isn't it? This being Misha, I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. I guess. Before I can really respond, Muto's entered. I think this is a mistake. I don't think there's a. Muto entered the room and Misha gives her off to her seat, giggling all the time. Oh, she saw everything. I think she saw the kissing in the hallway. I suspect that I get a lot of that sort of conversation now, especially seeing as how Amy kissed me right in the middle of the hall. But somehow I don't care about that. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels right. Light. Dr. Wright? Act 3. Perspective. My head's been spinning all through Muto's class. I'm going to have dinner with Emmy, who wants to be my girlfriend, no less. A date. And then she kissed me. The kiss. I keep going back to it, playing it over in my mind again and again. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emmy. Nakai? Hello? It seems like I drifted a bit too far. Huh? What? God, you've contracted some kind of amnesia. Someone get the nurse! The class chuckles at Muto's antics. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again and all that, alright? Exactly. Muto brightens considerably. Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as a star pupil, I think. If you think that, maybe your class sucks. Well, then again, there's Misha and Shizune, who would seem to be good at classes. Well, Shizune at least. I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. Nakai, may I have a word with you? I wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Sure. Am I in trouble? Muto looks genuinely confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? He tilts his head to one side and thinks for a moment. Oh, that! No. You're not in any sort of trouble. That's just a question I want to ask you. What's that? Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans for after graduation are. Are you going to university? Yeah, I guess. I can't really see a reason not to go. Giving any thought of what you'll study? Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. Muto laughs. Taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university. Well, not really. I knew I'd go into science. I can't read. I just mumble my words. I just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics. But could have just as well have been gone for astronomy or what have you. Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there was all sorts of things. Muto trails off and frowns slightly. It takes a minute for him to recover his train of thought, and I wait patiently for him to continue. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well, because I had an interest in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes? He smiles at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that, yes. Here is where we are. Somehow I get the feeling that Muto had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can't figure it out. I'm sorry, I'm not following you. Muto frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers, and he's remembered what the point of all this was. Right, yes, you! Me? Yes, You should look into studying one of the sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather go into math. Muto takes a sour face. Not a big fan of straight math. I always like the experiments more than the proofs. You're saying I should study science at the university? Muto seems thrown off balance by my question. Don't you use math in science? Well, sort of. You could also join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be the charter member. A founding father. Of course, you'd need to find other members. Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start it up with the two of us. And I could give you things to read and we could talk about them. Oh, he really likes science or chemistry. And I could help you get ready for university and such as well. Wait! Muto rummages around his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A brief history of time? I don't know if I actually want to read this. Everyone seems pretty excited about it. What's it about? Time, space, space-time, black holes and such. And it's not that dense. Just to see if that sort of thing is interesting for you. You understand. Hang around after class and we can either discuss it, or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. Is she just looking for a friend? for science and stuff? He seems like he seems to act like that kind of person, you know? But then again, yeah, you get it. He waves my hand in quizzical expression. Joking, sorry. Still, I kept you here long enough for now. Think about sciences as a career path. A guy, I think you'd enjoy it. Okay, I will. Thank you for the book. I leave the class and I look up at the clock. Quite the clunk of time to kill until Emmy's out of practice. Guess I'll give this book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, alright? I headed back to the dorms. I wonder if I'm supposed to meet Emmy anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. I guess I could just swing by the track, that's probably best anyway. If she needs a shower, I can just wait for her in her room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess. That would be better as well. I'd take a quick shower and maybe take my medication once I hop out. Now for a look at this book. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I really enjoy this game. Awake with a start. It's something I should sit on the next part of Katawa Shoujo. The real beginning. Oh, okay. So I guess the first two acts is choosing a path to what girl you're gonna go after. Mine is just a blind playthrough, and I picked Emmy for the reason, even though it's not really the girl I'm after though. But I'm gonna go as this. So like I said, when I finish Emmy's path, I'm gonna go back and not pick Amy's path and see how that goes. So I'm gonna leave you guys with a high five. Hope you enjoyed, and hip hip! No! Yes, it is. That's enough time to kill you.